Hello and welcome everyone. In this video, we will discuss about the fraud payment recovery. You would have seen this hearing from a lot of people that there have been fraud payment which has been done mistakenly from your friends, colleagues, or anyone whom you know in your relatives, etc. Right? So, what is the underlying reason behind this fraud payment which is happening, especially now where the cyber crime is on peak? This activity is happening via different ways. One is via online, and other way is via the phones, and multiple ways. And people being involved in this activity is increasing day by day, not only within the country, outside the country as well. For example, the customer or the party who is there in India is getting a call or is getting an email or is getting some sort of offers which is very attractive for that particular customer, and clicking those links, unfortunately they have mistakenly made some payment. Now, after that happens, what needs to be done to recover those kind of payments, especially when it comes into the cross-border payment? Right, so those few aspects we will discuss in this video, and this would definitely help to many persons who has been facing this issue time and again. So whatever I'm going to discuss it today, I'll not say that this will 100% work, but this is how the financial institutions around the world who are involved in this uh, fraud activity indirectly can walk through in order to resolve those kind of issues. So let's get started, and let me get started on the whiteboard to explain you about this activity, the recovery activity, basically. So let's understand this with a scenario. Ram is there, a person who is holding an account in, let's suppose, State Bank of India, right? He is holding an account in State Bank of India, and he has received a, let's say, in his mobile he has received some offer, and he is quite attracted towards it, and he clicks on it, and unfortunately he follows something over there and some amount has been debited, right? So debit of, let's say, uh, INR 50,000 has happened. Now this has happened and this has been paid to some bank, isn't it? The fraudster who is doing it is having an account in some bank for sure. Let's say this is CityUS for an example, right? So CityUS Bank, this fraud is having an account. This has happened, and Ram, what he would do as soon as he get to know that this is a fraud and he has been scammed, what he would do is he will call. First thing is he will call to State Bank of India. So there is a process again. Just only by calling to the State Bank of India would not result in recovering your funds immediately, and the chances of getting your fund coming back is kind of a 40-60 or 60-40 kind of thing. At many times you won't be able to extract that payments as well. Recovery will not be possible because it will go for years as well, right? So what these frauds do generally, I'll tell you. So frauds generally, they will have this account here. They will get the fund movement will happen here, right? They will receive it in their account. This account is credited. Let's say this is 80,000 and this is equivalent to $1,000 has been credited into the frauds account. What they would do it immediately as soon as they receive the fund, they would further divide it into multiple other accounts, not only in one country but also in the different countries, right? So it is in USA, and from here, as soon as he receives it, he will further divide it into other banks. Let's say bank A, B, C, and D, and to different other creditor agent as well. Creditor agent, creditor, uh, customer. right? Now this is divided into further, let's say $100, $300, $200, and $400. This is how they do it in order to, ensure that the whatever scam they have done it, that recovery is not being successful, whatever the State Bank of India is going to take action after the Ram's complaint. So this is how it will be. Now Ram would be complaining via the customer care services. State Bank of India will send a customer cancellation request. Immediately what they would do it, or at times it would take time as well. The best way to do is to reach to police station and file a report. You can take this report and submit it to the State Bank of India, right? And State Bank of India would immediately take an action, and they would, send this. Initially, already MT103, because of this fraud, it has already been created. State Bank of India, on top of that, after they receive it, they will send out this MT192 message. This MT192 is a request for the cancellation of the payment, and the code they will be sending it as FRAD. This is a fraud payment, is what they will be sending it. Now, by this time, this fraud customer would have already credited it to the different customer, different other parties, and different banks in different countries as well. That might be the chances. Now, if you are lucky enough, if you are fast enough to do this action, then what will happen is some of the payment, it is not settled immediately between State Bank of India and CTUS. It might go through some other intermediate banks, and it would take some time. If in between, if you are doing this activity, right, then there are chances that the cancellation request is being sent out to the receiver bank, and then they will immediately hold the payment to credit it to the fraud, because they have this enough message and the proof which they can do it. Other way is State Bank of India can immediately send out this report, FIR report, to the CTUS bank, and CTUS bank can hold the payment, but it is very tough to do that. But they can hold the payment if they have bilateral agreement, but they have to go against this local law as well. They cannot prevent the fund to hold unless they have enough evidences, right? So these are the ways which you can try in order to recover your fund. If 192 is received, CTUS identifies, and everything goes good, then your fund will be recovered from this frauds account, and your fund will be credited back to your account, right? Via this MT202 back, if they have this direct accounting relationship, and you would receive the fund. Now, frauds, what they do is they keep on opening different account on different names. The fraud name will not be, actual fraud will not be the person whose account is here. They will open an account on somebody else's name, somebody else will get caught, and then they will know that they didn't even open the account. That's the whole thing that is going on. So what are the ways that can be controlled? How can we stop this crime being happening in this fraudulent activities, right? So first thing is we need to educate. The bank ordering institution, State Bank of India or the CTUS bank, should educate their customer. So let's discuss about this prevention. So bank should chime in again, educate to customers in order to prevent themselves to click on certain links where it looks attractive, good offers, but when on clicking, it eventually accidentally debits their account, and suddenly the scam payment happens. So the banks should educate to their customers in order to prevent such kind of fraudulent activities. Banks should also educate to their customer, saying that if certain activities, if they identified, they should immediately call to the bank. And if it is within this time period where they can take the action before releasing the messages, or if the message is released, an immediate 192 can be sent out, that also can be doable, right? So these two are the basic things which a bank can do to provide its customers this feedbacks. This education mode should be done. And not only that, local government should also play an important role to prevent such kind of fraudulent activity, right? So that is also one other way. And the next thing is something should be done at the cross-border payment schema or messaging layer network Swift network validation side, that there should be an identification. Already there are compliance system where they can identify whether such fraud payment is coming again and again. But the fraudsters are so smart and they know what is the loophole in the payment system, and that is how they are able to do these frauds even now, where this compliance and risk related validation is happening massively, right? So these activities would be there, but how we can control and how we can stop being falling in this fraudster activity is what is important for us to understand. These are the ways which you can do it in order to recover your payment from the recoveries. Chances are almost, as I said, like 50-50 or 50-70-30, like that, right? If you're lucky enough, if you act fast on it, definitely there are chances high, the chances are high that your fund will recover, right? But at times the banks, when you complain it, if you are late, then they will say like, we will investigate and we will try to find, and they will take this SLA as more than 1 year, and then suddenly you will forget about it, and this will be forgotten. The fraudsters keep on changing the accounts in different banks in different part of the world, and they keep on doing it until unless they get caught. So we need to find a way. As a payment expert myself, I believe that we should find a way that we have this compliance system is fine, but there is a loophole in the compliance system also, which a fraudster is utilizing it to make a fraud. So in a network itself, we should have this option wherein this recovery activity can be performed within the certain period of time by following some protocols, some standard messaging format where they can immediately act into it, or the customer should be given that privilege to immediately act upon this front-end application itself, where they can send this request to the bank immediately that they have to get a recovery because it has been a fraudulent, right? So this kind of lot of schemes or options can be explored by the financial institutions and the open banking system as well. Let's see how it works, and these are some of my views. Let me know if what are your views on the comment, and if there is something which you want me to include in the coming videos, or what are the things which you know about these areas. You feel free to comment it. Everybody should know about this, because a lot of people around the world is getting scammed by this fraudster because of these activities. Stay safe and keep your finances quite restricted. Do not disclose your passwords. Do not get attracted by the schemes or the offers which you see around you via SMS, email, or any way. Just see if it is legitimate or not. That is very much important. And this is all for the day. I'll see you next time, next video, with some meaningful videos as well. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. But before that, again, as I always tell that we have this different classes going on. Every month we have classes going on our cross-border payments, right? Cross-border payments and ISO 20022. If you want to enroll it, you just have to do is you just have to email us on the email ID, which is swiftpaymentguru@gmail.com. All right, guys. So this is what you need to do it. You just have to email us. As you know that this is a golden period for all the payment expertise aspirants to move, to switch to right opportunity with a handsome package. And the way our trainer teaches is ensures that you get a right job, not only one, but multiple job opportunities, not only within India, but across India as well. We have students around the world, as I told you. We have students from India, we have students from UK, US, African countries, Middle East, everywhere, right? So explore this payments industry. There's a lot of opportunities till 2028, 30. This entire decade is going to be the payments aspirant decades, right? A lot of activities going on around the world, migration ISO 2022 in payment schemas. SWIFT and many more payment schemas is also going to come. All are going to use this ISO 2022. Utilize this period, and that's it for the day. I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you for watching this video.